And if we talk about the industry, we have been facing a lot of issues, and one of the major issues from the industry perspective has been is the copyright, the infringement happens, and especially after the post-COVID, the disruption happened due to the digital, the PDF, the scanned versions of the books being circulated over Telegram, WhatsApp, and then this photocopying in the educational institutions. I would say it has almost become a parallel industry. Today, my industry almost contributes 80,000 crore plus revenue to the GDP of the country. But all the piracy and this photocopying has become parallel industry, which really affects the business. And plus, the content creators, the right holders, they are not being significantly remunerated. And
well, I'm also a book writer. So, as somebody who has a published book called Lal Salam, let me say 2-3 things. When a writer is new, there is a compulsion to just get it printed. No writer who's new is genuinely informed of their publishing rights properly, or the right to leverage it at what platform when, or responsibility towards the publisher. We need to create more discourse between content creators and the publishing world to recognize that gap and to fill it. One. Second, yes, the pandemic brought a lot of disruption. It brought a lot of disruption through a lot of platforms that were technologically enabling a transfer of knowledge. You as a federation need to speak to those platforms directly if they are in contravention of Indian law. Nothing stops you from it. And because you're a federation and it's not the fight of one publisher alone, I believe it will have a lot of impact. Insofar as post your conversation with the platforms, and especially now that the data protection bill has also been passed in both houses of parliament, I think that the privilege of law to protect you exists. The issue is how much do you get to exercise it. Many I know within the publishing fraternity don't want the headache of the confrontation. But the issue is, either you confront realities or be consumed by it.
Absolutely. So, if we think from this perspective, when we talk about the books, the publishing industry has been always seen more from a layman perspective, more as a printing industry,
yes.
Okay, or just a typical book selling. And whereas if our economic contribution is talked about, it may be very less in terms of versus the other industries. But we as an industry, we have a larger impact on the qualitative aspect of it, which potentially, a lot of people in the bureaucracy at the government level doesn't recognize that. Do you think, can we get the magic touch of the Honorable Prime Minister?
The very fact that you have the Prime Minister's message is a recognition that you are important for not only government, not only civil society, but also the country's knowledge system. I must say, ladies and gentlemen, now share when Mittal Saab and Pranav met me first, they were a bit taken aback for the sheer respect I had for publishers and the federation. आप अपने आप को कम आंकते हैं. I think that you have chosen to be voiceless. You speak only through print. The issue is that the print needs a voice now. Not the print that you see in newspapers. Even they are reducing their presence on paper. They are going digital. You're the last standing bastion of a feel and a look and a see print. And you need to be heard now. And I, with my presence here today, would like to confirm that for the Council of Ministers under Prime Minister Modi, we recognize your contribution to our country. But as a bookseller's daughter, as a writer myself, I would not want to sit at the sidelines and watch that voice diminish. You have to stand up. You have millions like me standing right behind you, because we owe our academic existence, we owe our cognitive understanding of our knowledge systems to publishers of this country. You have to tell people कि किताब expiry date के साथ नहीं आती. You have to tell people that this is the only system of knowledge that does not have to be plugged in. You have to tell people that this is a knowledge system that you need to give to the next generation physically. Laptops will expire. Smartphones keep changing. And till such time you don't get up, I can carry on my shoulders. Till you don't speak, you will not be heard.
Absolutely, ma'am. So considering the time we have, ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute pleasure having Madam speaking with us. And before we have created a souvenir on the occasion of the Golden Jubilee of the Federation of Indian Publishers. We would kindly request you to release the same. And may I invite Mr. Ashok Ghosh, Ramesh Mittal, the President, Dr. Ashok Gupta and Naveen Gupta ji to come on the stage and release the souvenir along with the
Ladies and gentlemen, on the momentous occasion of 50 years in the Golden Jubilee, the Federation of Indian Publishers has published a souvenir. It is entitled The Words of Wisdom, Words of Vision, Indian Publishers @2047. It has received messages from think tank and leaders like Shri Piyush Goyal ji, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Narendra Singh Tomar, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Parshottam Rupala, Honorable Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Shri Thawarchand Gehlot, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Rajkumar Ranjan ji, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Education, Honorable Justice Shri Naveen Chawla, Honorable Justice Jasmeet Singh, Honorable Justice Amit Bansal of Delhi High Court, and many other Indian political leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the souvenir, The Words of Vision, Indian Publishing @2047.
सिंह पटेल उस समय तत्कालीन कल्चर मिनिस्टर थे। मेरी मुलाकात हुई और मैंने अपनी शंकाएं उनको जाहिर की। काफ़ी डिस्कशन हुआ, कुछ बातें उन्होंने बताई, कुछ हमने अपने कष्ट बताए और फाइनली हम लोगों के बीच में एक ऐसी अंडरस्टैंडिंग हुई जिससे मैं संतुष्ट था और मैं एक नए विचार के साथ उनके कमरे से बाहर निकला कि लाइब्रेरीज का डेवलपमेंट करना है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल डेवलपमेंट करना है और कोशिश करनी है कि ऐसे रास्ते निकालें जिससे अच्छी किताबें खरीदी जा सकें, क्योंकि किताब खरीदना बंद नहीं करना है, ये उनका स्पष्ट संदेश था। भागा नहीं जा सकता, चैलेंज को स्वीकार करना चाहिए, बुराइयों को दूर करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए। बस उनके यहाँ से आया, वापस वाराणसी पहुँच के अगले दिन पहली फ्लाइट से कलकत्ता पहुँचा। हमारे चेयरमैन साहब उस समय सहमत नहीं थे ज्वाइनिंग के लिए, लेकिन मैंने जैसे आपसे कहा, जो मैं डिसाइड करता हूँ करता हूँ। मैं गया और स्वयं मैंने चला। पेंडेमिक चल रहा था, आपको पता है RRF के कार्य सारे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ में होते हैं। नेशनल बुक पॉलिसी तो बाद में आई, लेकिन कुछ जो चीजें हमारे और सर के बीच में डिस्कस हुई थी, उसमें मैंने ये डिसाइड किया कि हम किताबों को खुद ना खरीद के, खुद खरीदेंगे, कम खरीदेंगे, लेकिन स्टेट्स को और ज्यादा एम्पावर करें। प्रोफेसर था तो मुझे इस चीज का एहसास था कि यूजर्स की, रीडर्स की आवश्यकताओं को समझना जरूरी है किताब खरीदने से पहले। और मुझे लगता था कि नागालैंड के यूजर की आवश्यकता मैं कैसे समझ सकता हूँ कलकत्ता में बैठ के या तमिलनाडु। और उस वक्त हमने थोड़ा इस चीज पर ज्यादा ध्यान देना शुरू किया कि स्टेट लेवल पर बुक परचेजेस ज्यादा हो, उसमें कोई कमी ना हो, उसको ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रमोट किया जाए सेंट्रल लेवल के साथ। नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आई, उसमें रीजनल लैंग्वेज को, मदर टंग को, मातृभाषा को प्रमोट करने के लिए बोला गया, कहा गया। वास्तव में मातृभाषा के माध्यम से हम अपने बच्चे को ज्यादा अच्छे से पढ़ा सकते हैं, ज्यादा उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर बना सकते हैं और उस अर्जित किए गए ज्ञान को समाज के साथ में बांटने और उससे ज्यादा समाजोपयोगी बनाने के लिए हम ज्यादा इंस्ट्रूमेंटल हो सकते हैं।